ISIS is on a campaign of genocide, committing atrocities across the world. It's gotten to a point where it's not even being reported. And in many cases, the very, very dishonest press doesn't want to report it. They have their reasons, and you understand that.
President Trump slamming the media, saying it does not do enough to cover certain terror attacks. The White House providing a list of 78 terror attacks it says were widely underreported by the mainstream media networks. The media blasting the White House, saying it does cover, and it has covered, terror attacks and many of the attacks on this list. My next guest, does he agree with the Trump administration or the media? His son Byron was stabbed fighting a terrorist during one of those 78 underreported attacks listed by the White House. He's John Price, and he joins me now. John, thank you so much for coming on the show. Can you tell us what happened to your son Byron?
Sure. You see Merced, November 15, there was as the FBI calls him, a self-radicalized person, decided to carry out an attack. He had a list of things that he wanted to do and a plan to do it, and several people were listed for death. And he was in a classroom. We had a construction site there working on there. The guys had come in very earlier. They were just wrapping up when classes were starting, and they heard a commotion. He thought it was a fight, so he said, I need to go help this professor. She's not going to be able to handle this. I got to stop this fight. He went and he opened the door, and professor saw him. She said, run, run, run. And then a guy came around the door with a 10-inch long hunting knife and just started slashing at Byron. So he got him once. Then Byron just defended himself. He got his body away from the knife and then kicked the guy several times, kicked him in the head, disoriented him. So he got up and ran away. And as he ran away, stabbed 2 more people, and then was confronted by campus police and killed.
That's Mohammed Faisal. We're showing the image. He was shot and killed. Yeah. He stabbed 4 people. Your son saved lives here, John. I mean, it's pretty amazing what Byron has done. But he doesn't do media. It seems like you want to get this story out there. Why? Right?
Yeah, yeah. So Byron says, Dad, I don't want to do that. You got to do it for me. And so okay. I think it's an important thing for people to realize. In our particular case, okay, I'm just a dad whose son was stabbed, and then he reacted, and things turned out well because nobody died. But it's a real story of real families impacted by real people who wanted to do real harm, and it happens, all over the world. It happens in the United States, and I think we haven't talked about it enough because, we're not placing enough emphasis on it.
John, you make such a good point, because we look through the headlines of MSNBC, CNN. We couldn't find, if anything, any coverage of this, right? So we would like to know, is your son, how is your son doing now?
He's fine. He healed up really well. It was a big wound, but he's a tough guy, and that's, he's fine.
John, thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming on the show. We love having you on. Come back soon, okay? We'd love to have you back on.
Okay.